Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today we're going to be talking about Last Breath. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons. So, let's get to it. Pros. Well, reviews for this are very good. Has a 77% critic score, 90% audience score. Its cinema score was a B plus, which is a bit lower than I expected. You think you get like an A minus or something, but B plus isn't like bad or anything. It's when you get to B and below that's when you should start getting concerned. But a B plus is acceptable, just a little below average. So word of mouth is overall in a good place. Critically, critics wise, audience wise, it's all good. So I'll label that as a pro. Another pros, we got some recognizable names in here. First, we got Woody Harrelson. It's been around for a long time. It's been a minute since I've really talked about him. So let's go over his track record. The first movie here most people recognize is White Men Can't Jump. There's that. Natural Born Killers, that's a super controversial one. Kingpin, kind of remember watching Kingpin. I have very faint memories of that movie. But after that, a whole lot of nothing really. I guess he was an Anger Man. I don't remember that at all. There's apparently he played himself in Austin Powers 2. No Country for Old Men, Semi-Pro, 7 Pounds, blah, blah. Zombieland, Tallahassee. Hell yeah. I'd argue that was his comeback movie right there, because Zombieland was such a great flick. And he made it so much better. So, yeah, Zombieland 2012, where he basically played a conspiracy theorist. Who turned out to be right in the movie before he got killed off. There's that. Hunger Games, Hey Mitch, in all the movies. So, there's those two. There's Now You See Me. Freebirds. I know it's a voiceover role, but I can't help but give a mention of Freebirds. I mean, what's the quote? Freebirds, I gotta mention the whole quote. Cause I need the whole meme. I'll look up the meme. This will only take a second. Yes, the movie where the turkeys said, well, the main turkey, Willie Harrelson's turkey said, "We're going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu." That was the plot of the movie, and now it's just become a meme that comes around every Thanksgiving, all because of this stupid turkey movie. But anywho, so yeah, after Hunger Games. Not a whole lot. I mean, there's War for the Planet of the Apes. I forgot he was in Solo. Completely, I completely slipped my mind. He was in that. Venom. Well, he was Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage. He made a post-credit scene in Venom where he had that really shitty wig, and then he portrayed him for real in Let There Be Carnage. And then there's Zombieland Double Tap, which I've yet to see. I know. Crazy. I love Zombieland, but I didn't get a chance to watch the sequel when it came out because I was in college and it was just a mess. And then not much since Venom 2, so but he's still very recognizable, obviously. Everyone knows who he is. And then we got Simu Liu. I forgot to say his name, but he's recognizable as well. His big break was with Shang-Chi back in 2021, which, considering how low the standards were for the box office when it released, it did quite well for itself. But in the grand scheme of things, it didn't do great for Marvel standards. But yeah, there was that. He was one of the Kens, the many Kens. He was like the second most prominent Ken in the Barbie movie, and the Barbie movie made like $1.4 billion. So yeah, I remember him being an Arthur the King. I don't think it really matters, but he is very much recognizable. And not to mention, he was found out he was doing like he was one of those like stock actors. You know those stock photos you see of people doing like tasks and shit. He was one of those people, and it looked so goofy. Oof. So I had to mention that. This Finn Cole, I have no idea who this is. Young Jacob. This was this was the young John Cena. Yeah, John Cena's character, Jacob Toretto, where he and Vin Diesel were brothers. That is something that will never not be funny to me. That the movie trying to sell me on the fact that Vin Diesel and John Cena are related is so goofy, man. But yeah, I can't really talk about Finn Cole like very much because there's not much to say. Maybe he's been in some shows, and those are just shows that I'm not even thinking of right now. But yeah, in terms of the movie world, there's not much there. So yeah, we got some two recognizable faces here, so I will label them as a pro. Another pro is a severe lack of real competition this weekend because this is basically the major movie coming out, and that's it. I know there's technically other movies, but do they really count? Do they? Like, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I mean, it's mainly just this movie because this movie's the only one that's getting like a has like a real pulse right now. So yeah, and plus, I mean, the movies that are out right now. I mean, you got Captain America: Brave New World, which isn't doing great, but because everything is so weak, it's been dominating everything. Then the Monkeys, second weekend, it's not even direct competition with this. It's really not much direct competition at all with this movie, so at least this weekend. So yeah, lack of real competition, a little serious competition. I'll label that as a pro. Another pro is Thursday previews, $1 million for a movie like this. That's not terrible. I mean, you can't expect that much for a movie like this. So yeah, $1 million. It's not like the worst thing that could have happened. So yeah, say 1 million in previews. I'll label that as a pro. Okay, cons. No one gives a good goddamn about the movies right now because there's nothing like that appealing right now. I mean, this weekend, like I struggled. I had to force myself to make prediction videos because let's be real, you don't care about this weekend. I don't care about this weekend. None of us care about this weekend. This weekend is a weekend to sleep. It's a weekend to forget. And yeah, that's just how I feel. So yeah, the fact that no one gives a good goddamn about anything going on at the movies, I'm gonna label that as a big old con. Another con, I guess. Are there any other cons really besides just bit movie the box office being hella slow? Um, Not really. Oh yeah. I guess the next week, next few weeks, March is gonna officially kick off, and there's gonna be quite a number of movies releasing, and those movies are gonna probably eat into this movie's box office a little bit. Maybe I don't know, but I don't know. I don't see this movie lasting like a long time in theaters, but we'll see. But there is a decent amount of March movies coming out that may eat into this movie's like theater count and whatnot. So I'll label that as a minor con. And I think that's it. So opening weekend, I think this is projected to hit like 10 million, I think. I don't have like updated numbers, but it seems to be like 10 million. So maybe not 10. Well, these preview maybe 10, maybe 9. I'm gonna go with 8 to 10 million. Just have a range. 8 to 10 million opening weekend. It might do a bit better than that, but I don't think so. 8 to 10 million opening weekend. Its total. Mm, its legs should be fine. I think they won't be like amazing or anything. They'll just be like passable. So, mm, I don't know, 25 to 30 million. That's what I'm gonna go with for its total, and that's it. I wish this was the only movie I was talking about. I was kind of prepared for this to be the only movie I was gonna talk about this weekend, but no, 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 no. I gotta talk about other shit that no one else will. I'm not talking about Mobile Suit Gundam beginning. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna skip that one because I don't even have a theater count for that. So, like, what am I supposed to say? So I'm just not gonna bother. And then I guess I can do My Dead Friend Zoe and Riff Raff because they're technically wide releases. But yeah, that's the end of February. Talk about ending on a whimper. So yeah, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. You want to check out more videos like this? Got playlists on the homepage. All previous prediction videos I made this year, the past few years. You want to watch any of them I made? Go right ahead. There's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. February recap, that'll be within like the first 2-ish weeks of March. So stay tuned. But if you want to watch any of the past recap videos I made on the channel, you can go right ahead. There's also the Canceled series. 250 episodes of Canceled. I don't think I ever talked about Last Breath, not one time. Although I will look it up just to be sure. Just to be accurate. Is it there? Is it there? No. Okay. Never talked about it. So, you want to watch all my cancel episodes? You want to binge them all? Go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.